Fun fact: in 1976, Bill Moran founded the American Bladesmith Society. Moran had a 20-year-long waiting list and even sold a knife to Queen Elizabeth II. Moran sadly passed away in 2006. Welcome back everyone to another knife review. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a offering from Spyderco in their fixed blade line, and that is the Spyderco Bill Moran. Now on my channel you haven't seen very many fixed blades, and that's because on occasion I use a folding knife more. And so a fixed blade for me is a more duty specific or chore specific knife, so I'm only going to break these out when I really need them. Although in the past year I've really come to appreciate the fixed blade, and I've been using them more often, and one of those is the Spyderco Bill Moran. And I've originally purchased this knife as kind of a fixed blade that I can throw on my belt when I'm outside working around the yard, doing yard chores, you know, if I need to break down a lot of boxes before taking them to the recycling. So it's chores like that, light food prep at camping sites, or if you're, if you're a hunter and you need to take this out in the field, I think this knife would serve perfectly for all those roles, and it has done so for the ones that I've tested it with. But overall, this is a less expensive offering in Spyderco's fixed blade line, and I say that because it's not inexpensive. You're going to find this anywhere between $80 and $100, depending on where you find it online or in stores. But for what you're paying, I think you're getting a lot of knife, and it's really an outstanding design. As far as design goes, this is a Bill Moran design, and Spyderco collaborated and used one of his knife patterns to come up with this fixed blade. And I think both Bill Moran and Spyderco did a great job in really fleshing out a knife that can be used for a lot of different tasks. Now first, let's put this knife away and talk about the sheath. It comes with a simple Kydex sheath. You can see it has a lot of holes alongside that you can use to lash paracord or fix it to a lot of different things and different orientations. But it also comes with this G-clip here that you can use to secure onto your belt. It would be nice to see a tech lock on there, but that's also going to add a little bit of price. But for what I've been using it for, this G-clip has worked out just fine, and you have quite a bit of adjustment holes that you can use to set up in different ways. You can see it is form fit to the knife, and when you slide it in there, it locks in there very simply. You also want to make sure that you do put this knife in correctly, because on occasion, if I'm not looking, if I'm using the knife and this is attached to my belt, I just throw the knife in here, and if the knife is canted to one side or the other, you can still force it in there, but it's going to click in and it's going to be very stiff and awkward because it wasn't inserted in the correct manner. So it's going to be difficult when you want to try to take it out. But just keep that in mind. If it's in the sheath correctly, it really doesn't have a problem coming out at all. So great sheath, very simple design, but it works the way it's supposed to. As far as the knife itself, a very interesting blade shape here. It's kind of an upswept buoy style blade shape. They do offer it in a drop point as well. I just like this design. I also think it allows you to get a little bit finer tip and do some more detail work when you look at the overall blade shape, and it gives it some nice belly to it as well. So great blade design. I really like it. You also see the Spyderco logo and the Spyderco trademark hole there. Let me zoom in so you guys get a closer look. But I like that Spyderco hole. Even though it's not a folding knife where you're going to need it to open the knife, I just think it's a cool feature to add there. You can see some tape and gunk residue on there. I've been using this knife, and Didn't feel like cleaning it off, just to show that it actually gets some use. You have Bill Moran's signature on the reverse side. Right. And then this is an overseas produced Spyderco made in Japan. And I think what Spyderco does with their overseas produced knives is outstanding. The quality that they can get from those factories is top notch, and so I really don't have a problem giving my money to Spyderco for their overseas produced knives. They're on par, with their USA made knives, so no problem. As we move farther back here on the handle, you can see it's an interesting handle shape, but even though it looks kind of goofy, it's extremely comfortable, very ergonomic. Really don't have any problem with knife handle over extended times of use. It does a great job. You have an outside FRN handle scale with a craton insert. So you have like hard plastic outside with a tacky rubbery insert there, and it really does a great job of producing a solid grip and feel to the knife. So if you're doing any type of hunting, skinning tasks, food prep at your campsite and your fingers are going to get wet, gunky, slimy, it's really going to help mediate that grip and prevent the knife from sliding out of your hand. Move farther back, you do have a sizable lanyard hole, so you could definitely fit a piece of 550 paracord through there. And you can get a nice 4-finger grip on here, but you can also choke up in that little groove here, little section, if you need to do some finer detailed cutting. But it does not have a guard, so you do want to make sure that your finger does not slip up on that blade and cut yourself. But overall, I've been very impressed with this knife. Great materials, VG10 blade steel, outstanding fit and finish from Spyderco, and it's just been an overall outstanding user knife. I really don't have any negatives to say about it, other than maybe the price. But if you're looking for an inexpensive or less expensive fixed blade offering from Spyderco, something you can use outdoors around the house, light camp duty, or even something maybe EDC fixed blade, I would definitely suggest checking out the Spyderco Bill Moran. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.